So in this video, we're going to run over how to control your new Hive mini thermostat. We'll also cover connecting it to a smartphone app and what's in the box. So first of all, what's in the box? Well, you'll get this. This is the actual smart thermostat itself. This is the piece of equipment that you can use to turn the temperature up, down, and select to use schedule or manual mode. Just a quick note, this is a battery powered piece of equipment. So in the back of the unit here, you've got 4 AAA batteries. Now, the battery life on this is expected to last between 12 and 24 months. If you notice that the controller starts to drop off or you're having some connection issues, it's always worth just checking the batteries. Nice and easy to get into. It's just a simple click connection on the back. Also included in the kit is going to be this. This is the Hive Active Home Hub, or the Smart Hub. So this is the piece of equipment that will talk to your smartphone app and the controller itself. And this requires connection to the internet. Now this is done via this Ethernet port here, but it also requires a power supply. Hive have taken care of this for you and they've supplied the cables that you need. In the box you'll get this, which is a standard Ethernet cable. This will connect to your router straight to the hub. You'll also get this power lead here. So this is just a standard jack point, power point, and then it goes into a USB. If your router has a USB on the back of it, you can simply plug it straight into the USB and connect the power up. If your router doesn't have a USB, then they'll also supply you with this. This is a nice little USB charger, plug straight in, and that will power the device itself. There's also one other piece of equipment that the engineer will have to install, and that is the receiver. You don't need to worry about this. Our engineer will install this onto the boiler, and that is the component that this talks to turn the boiler on. Okay, so that's all the equipment. What we're going to do now is run through how to work the actual device itself, the wall-mounted thermostat, and how to control the Hive heating app. So once you've added your thermostat, your app will now take you back to the home screen, and in the center here we can see we've got our heating device. If you have other Hive products, they'll appear in these little grayed out circles around the edge. Also, if you do have any issues connecting your Hive, it's worthwhile running through the troubleshooting guides on the app. We actually had a connection issue when we hooked this one up. We went onto live chat, the guys talked us through it, and we got sorted within 5 minutes. We'll go through some troubleshooting at the end of this video also. Now we've got our Hive connected to the app and our hub is connected to the internet, we can now start to control the heating. So if you click onto the center circle there, you'll bring up the actual app itself, and you've got a few ways to control the heating from this app. So the first one is simply by adjusting the temperature that you want the app set to. Something worth to note here, at the top left hand side you've got a picture of a home and you've got a temperature next to it. What that's saying now is that's the current temperature in your property. So in this instance, 19.8 degrees. Anything we do with the Hive that's below 19.8 degrees in this instance is ineffective because there's no requirement to turn the heating on. If we turn the Hive past at 19.8 degrees, then we'll activate the heating and ask the heating to be turned on. Now, the heating will only turn on if the schedule has been set to a time when the heating needs to be on or we're in manual mode. So just to cover off those 2 different modes, they're along the bottom here. We've got manual, schedule, and off. So manual mode is essentially manual override. That means that we turn the heating on, we want to control it. And in conjunction with manual, you set a temperature. So for example, we want the heating to be on in manual mode and we want the house to remain at 22 degrees. What this now means is the house will heat up. Once the thermostat reads 22 degrees and our home's temperature has increased, the system will turn off. If that temperature drops again, then the thermostat will reactivate and the heating will turn back on. We can see here on the right hand side that the heating has been selected to be turned on. So the next one along here is now schedule. Now you can adjust the schedule by selecting it at the top, and this is where you alter it for 7 days a week, different times and different temperatures. So like before when we had it in manual mode, even if we increase the temperature in schedule mode but the thermostat is not programmed to be on, it won't come on. We need to have the time and temperatures set. So you can do that here by choosing different times and different temperatures for different days. So you can go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right across the week, and you have different parameters. So you can have a start time. Let's say, for example, you want the thermostat to come on at 10:30 in the morning. You want it to go off at 12:30, and you want the temperature for that period to be 21 degrees. That's one schedule saved. Click save, and that's one done. And you can add multiple schedules throughout the day, depending on what you want the heating to do. So for example, if you work different schedules on different days, maybe you work from home some days, maybe you work in the office, and those are fixed days, then you can program that into this schedule. Alternatively, you can just use the manual mode. Something that's important, obviously, to know about a smart thermostat and smart control is if your schedule changes, so if you've got schedule mode set, you've got your different parameters set throughout the day, and then your plans change, you might go out for the day, you can literally simply log on to the actual app itself here, and you can just turn the heating off, or you can adjust that schedule for the period. Likewise, if you're at home, maybe the property's gone cold and you'd like it to be a little bit warmer, you've stayed a little bit longer than you usually would rather, then you can just simply click boost, and you can boost the heating for a set amount of time, hours and minutes, and that will boost your heating. So you haven't got to go in and alter your schedule. If it's just a one-off adjustment, simply click the boost mode. Something else in schedule that's worth noting is obviously these are different parameters during the day that you want the heating to be on and off. Just something to make sure you understand is obviously the last parameter of the day is when you're going to go to bed. You don't want to leave the heating on at sort of 20 degrees from 9 o'clock at night until the next parameter, in this instance 6:30 in the morning, as it'll be very warm at night and it'll become very annoying. So just make sure the last setting you make is a low temperature that's comfortable enough for the night time. You've also got some additional settings here to speed up the schedule. So rather than setting different schedules for different days and it taking a long time, you can just copy the days across to whatever day. So in this instance, we set the times for Thursday. We could say we want Thursday to be the same as Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and apply. And that'll automatically copy across those schedules. So super easy to use. That's how you control it from your phone. There are some additional settings here as well. So you've got help and guidance. You've got install other devices. You can also add additional people to your home. So you can invite family members who can also control the app. And that's all done through the top left-hand side menu settings. What we'll do now is go straight over to the actual physical thermostat itself and run you through how to control it there. So we've just been through how to work the app, but you can also control your Hive via the thermostat itself. So this is the wall mounted unit, and you've got 3 buttons on this unit. You've got selection down, selection up. This is normally for temperature or when navigating menus. And you've got a control button or a home button in the center. As you can see, when the thermostat has gone to standby mode, there's no figures displayed on the actual display itself. To activate it, just click any of the digits and the display will lighten. So what this is showing here, we've got 22.1 degrees. That's the current temperature in the property or the home now. And then what you can do is you can adjust that for what you want it to be. So it is easier to control your thermostat from your mobile phone. You can adjust the schedule in the mobile phone and the smart app. You can't do that on here. This unit here simply allows you to increase the temperature or choose between schedule or manual mode. So to do that, simply click the center button, click it again, and then you've got some options. So at the moment we're in manual mode. If you wanted to, we could click schedule. And it's now saying heating has been selected for schedule mode. So obviously we set the schedules in the mobile phone. If we've got it on schedule and you're at home and you just want to turn the heating up for a period of time, then simply press the home button again and you can go to manual mode. So manual mode is essentially a manual override. Something to know about manual mode is right now we've got our current room temperature at 21.6. We need to increase the target temperature past the current room temperature to turn the heating on. So in this instance, we set it to 23 degrees and that now will activate the heating. So If you turn the manual mode on and you don't have the temperature set to a higher position or a higher target than what the current room temperature is, then you won't actually get the heating to turn on. Likewise, if the temperature's turned up too high on the target and the room temperature is lower, the heating will be on. If you want to turn it off, you need to turn the temperature lower down and the heating will turn off. So the menus on here are pretty limited. This is simply designed to be a quick reference, what is my current temperature of the property. Change the schedule from manual to schedule mode and increase and decrease temperatures. You can't physically schedule the device from the wall mounted unit. This all needs to be done via the Smart app. So hopefully this has been a useful introduction to your new Hive Mini Smart Thermostat. As we mentioned earlier, there's lots of functionality and technology built into this product. And Hive have provided a wealth of knowledge within their help centre. If you have any connection issues or you'd like to know more about optimising your thermostat, then visit the help centre on the application and you can follow their FAQs page, or alternatively you can speak to one of the live chat assistants. We hope you enjoyed this product and it starts to save you money.